Hi everybody, and welcome back to EDU-CAIT lessons. I'm Mrs. Forrester, and today we will be looking at part 2 of our Parts of Speech series. We'll be looking at verbs, adverbs, and pronouns. Let's look at verbs first. The grade 5s are required to know 5 different types of verbs according to the CAPS curriculum. Number 1, finite verbs. A finite verb is a verb that has a subject and a tense. The subject and the verb must agree whether they are singular or plural. For example, the woman enjoys skipping, which is in the present tense, or she enjoyed cycling to Cape Town in the past tense. Number 2, infinite verbs. They do not change when the subject changes, only the auxiliary verb changes. For example, she has jumped on the trampoline every day, or they have jumped on the trampoline every day. As you can see, the verb jumped remains the same, but the auxiliary verbs has and have changed according to the sentence. Number 3, command verbs. Instructions use command verbs to tell us clearly what to do. For example, cut, hold, mix, stick, use, etc. The grade 5s know command verbs well, as they used them to write their instructions earlier in the year, and they used a command verb in every single instruction. Number 4, infinitives. Start with to plus the simple form of the verb. You never add s, es, ed, or ing to the infinitive. For example, to run or to skip. You wouldn't say to runs or to running. Number 5, gerunds. Gerunds are formed using the ing form of the verb that functions as a noun. For example, swimming is fun. Usually swimming would be a verb, but in this case, with swimming at the beginning of the sentence, using the ing form of the verb, it has turned into a noun, making this type of sentence a gerund. Next up, adverbs. There are 4 different types of adverbs. Number 1, adverbs of place, asking the question where. For example, away, inside, everywhere, or upstairs. Number 2, adverbs of manner. We're asking ourselves how. For example, quickly, loudly, slowly, carefully, or well. Number 3, adverbs of time. When is this taking place? For example, after, today, never, or always. And lastly, number 4, adverbs of degree. How much? For example, extremely, really, quite, very, or rather. And the last part of speech for today, pronouns. Pronouns are words that can function by themselves and can be used to replace a noun or a noun phrase. Number 1, personal pronouns. They are used instead of people's or animals' names. For example, I, you, he, she, it, they, me, etc. Number 2, possessive pronouns are used to show that something belongs to someone. For example, that is mine, it is yours, that is hers, or it is theirs. Number 3, demonstrative pronouns. They point to specific things. For example, this, that, these, or those. Number 4, relative pronouns. They are used to join sentences. We use who when referring to people, and we use that when not referring to people. For example, I have a brother who is naughty. We are joining the sentences I have a brother and my brother is naughty with the pronoun who. Another example, the machine was so powerful that it made a big difference. The word that is joining the 2 sentences, the machine was so powerful and the machine made a big difference. Number 5, reflect reflexive pronouns usually end in self or selves, and they refer to the noun or the subject. For example, the boy looked at himself in the mirror. The pronoun himself is referring to the subject of the sentence, which is the boy. I hope that you learned something more about verbs, adverbs, and pronouns today. If you liked this video and found it helpful, please subscribe to Forrester Tutoring and stay tuned for part 3 of the series, in which I will be discussing the final parts of speech. Thanks so much for watching.